Congenital cytomegalovirus infection. Introduction. Cytomegalovirus infection is the most frequent congenital infection, presenting perinatal morbidity and mortality, and neurological sequelae, both in primary infection and in reactivation during pregnancy. We present the case of pregnant women with systemic lupus erythematosus in the immunosuppressive treatment, who presented reactivation of cytomegalovirus infection.
Cytomegalovirus is an enveloped double-stranded linear DNA virus in the herpes virus family. It is also called human herpes virus 5. This virus can cause a variety of infections in humans, including congenital infections in infants. It is one of the top infections and can cause hearing loss, seizures, and petechial rash in newborns. In adults, infection can cause mononucleosis, although 85% of mononucleosis causes are associated with Epstein-Barr virus. Symptoms of mononucleosis include fatigue that can last for several months, sore throat, lymphadenopathy, and splenomegaly. Unlike mononucleosis caused by Epstein-Barr virus, cytomegalovirus associated mononucleosis has a negative monospot test due to negative heterophil antibodies. CMV can also cause pneumonia and inflammation of the retina and esophagus in the immunosuppressed, especially
Nursing application. Frequent hand washing, especially after having contact with diapers or feeding small children. Avoid contact with nasal secretions or saliva, toothbrushes, food, forks, pacifiers. Do not share food with children. Wash toys.
Six causes and symptoms of cytomegalovirus in children. 1. Cytomegalovirus is the most common congenital infection. According to healthychildren.org, cytomegalovirus, or CMV, is the most prevalent virus at birth from infected mothers in the U.S. As mentioned before, babies can get the virus through breast milk, but there are other ways Junior can wind up with the problem. The source notes unborn babies can get CMV through the placenta, the source of nourishment for the fetus. Babies can also contract the virus during delivery from an infected genital tract, adds the source. Just how common is CMV? One source, Medscape, notes, at least 60% of the U.S. population has been exposed to CMV, with a prevalence of more than 90% in high-risk groups.
Pros and cons. The main sequel it produces is sensorineural hearing loss. It is considered that it is the most frequent cause of auditory involvement of non-genetic etiology. Despite its importance due to the effect on public health, there is a high ignorance of this problem among professionals of health as in society. Conclusion. In conclusion, cytomegalovirus causes the most frequent intrauterine infection and is an important cause of mental retardation and sensorineural hearing loss. Its clinical presentation varies between the asymptomatic forms and the lethal multisystematic spread.
Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to be discussing some points about the CMV infection in neonates. And I know most of you all are here just for the mnemonic, so I'm going to start with the mnemonic. And how does the CMV infection look like in a newborn? So the mnemonic is the word CMV itself. I'm just going to draw a cute little neonate here. Alright, and the first alphabet is C. So I'm going to draw a C over here and over here. So the first C is for chorioretinitis. And calcifications. There are intracranial calcifications. And the other C is kind of symmetric and looks like a ear, so that's going to remind us of sensory neural deafness. In fact, CMV infections are the most common cause of non-genetic sensory neural deafness. Then I'm going to draw the second letter, which is M, and M is like a crown on the neonate's head. M is mostly for the head related stuff, like mental retardation,